What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we can talk about AMC GME as well as the overall broader market. So today AMC was up for 5.56% for the day. It had a high of $15.50. The average volume on AMC is around 41.98 million, but today's volume was around 23.92 million. So again, the volume is still not there in the stock, though we have the earnings of AMC on Thursday, and most likely it's going to be a beat. But still, there is going to be a huge manipulation that's going to happen in AMC stock price. Let's see how this is going to play out. Though the volume is not there in the AMC stock to push it a little bit more further, it's just the overall broader market which is going in an upward direction. That's why AMC and GME are both having good green days. Now let's come over to the GameStop. Now GameStop was up for 2.26% for the day. It had a high of $35.71. The average volume on GameStop is around 13.75 million, but today's volume was around 4.20 million. So you can see the difference between the average volume and the volume that is coming today. It's just the overall broader market which can indicate a little bit of a push towards the upside in the GameStop. Rest, we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Now let's come over to the SPY. Now SPY was down for 0.30% for the day. It had a high of $413.41. So we saw some sort of a downtrend coming into the market at the market open. Then suddenly the market went up, and after that eventually the market ended up on the low side because we are having some serious tension cooking out in the name of Nancy Pelosi. Now Nancy Pelosi, she's the House Speaker, and China wants Nancy Pelosi against visiting Taiwan. This was a threat that came in few days back, and it was a straight up confrontation that is going to happen with the US. They said they're going to shut down the plane of Nancy Pelosi if she visits Taiwan. The news were a little bit more skeptic towards that Nancy Pelosi might not visit Taiwan just because of the tension that is rising between China and US and the threats that China is giving. But today, this morning, it came out very clear that Nancy Pelosi is visiting Taiwan. She really has some balls of steel to do that when somebody of greater power is threatening to shut down her plane. Now let's see what is going to happen, but it seems to be like it is just going out of control, the whole situation right now. If something goes wrong, the stock market is going to go down definitely. That's a US citizen which is getting involved in this conflict, and she is a House Speaker. Now let's come over to the other stock, that is HKD, that's AMT Digital. It went up almost 85.38% for the day. It had a high of $767.03. In the aftermarket, it's already reached $818. So the kind of big daddy move that we have seen in this stock today, it has gone surpassed the GameStop. This stock was almost around $25. It IPO'd recently 2 weeks back. So we can see over here the stock price of AMTD was around $16 on the 15th of July. And today we are in the month of August and it has almost reached $742, and in the aftermarket it's showing it has gone over $800. This is some kind of a extreme level of fuckery that is happening in the stock. We don't have any options yet in this stock, but it seems to be like there is some sort of a bigger manipulation that is happening in this company. Now, when we look at the average volume on this stock is around 1.20 million, but today's volume was around 443.77 thousand. So that is nowhere close to the overall average volume. Still, the stock price went up almost 100%. So you can imagine the amount of money that came up today. That was $341.75. This stock has definitely beaten the record of GameStop in the past. This is something very unnatural. We have never seen before something like that. Usually what happens is there is a halt in the stock and then the stock price plummets straight away. But in this stock, something is very unique that is happening in the market right now, and we don't have any options yet. A lot of individuals would love to buy put options on this stock, but this seems to be like going up and up, and there is no stoppage for this. In my personal opinion, people should stay away from this stock completely. It might run up a little bit more, around $1,200, the way it has been in an upward momentum from last couple of weeks. But there is no point in chasing a stock which has gone from almost $16 to 700, almost $800 in the aftermarket. But this is something extreme level of bizarre thing that we are seeing in the stock market. We have never seen something like that. If there is a halt, the stocks usually plummet, but this stock has just kept going up, and it seems to be like it's going to follow the same momentum tomorrow onwards as well. Now let's come over to the options flow for the AMC. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now majority of the whales are onto the upside, but there's still quite a lot of put buying that is happening in AMC, but there is nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the whales options flow. Now, when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales are doing, now majority of them are onto the upside and they are buying straight up call options, a little bit out of the money options, because there is earnings that is supposed to be happening this week on Thursday, and most likely it's going to be a beat. Let's see the market maker let it run up a little bit or not, because most likely market maker hate AMC as well as GME. They don't want the stock to have any kind of attention coming towards it. Now we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Now let's come over to the options flow for the GameStop. Now have increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now majority of them are again onto the upside and they are buying these call options, expecting that the GameStop might have some sort of aggressive momentum to the upside. By looking at the price in the aftermarket, it seems to be like the stock price is not plummeting, it is staying at the same price, which is indicating that we might have some sort of a uptrend coming into the GameStop from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales are doing, all of them were almost onto the upside and they're betting quite a bit of money towards the upside for the GameStop from here onwards. Now let's come over to the options flow for the SPY. Now have increased the premium to the max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now majority of the whales were onto the upside. We can see it over here, 65% was the call side, 34% is the put side. The volume was pretty heavy onto the put side though, and the premium are slight bit heavier onto the put side. Now there were some put option that came in today. This was $370 put option that's going to expire in 45 days. This individual is buying 4.98 million worth of 17,000 contract for the SPY for $370. And the kind of upward momentum that we have been seeing in the SPY, I personally believe we might continue towards the upside from here onwards. But there could be any news that can come out and break this momentum. But from the last couple of weeks, what we have seen is every time we are in some sort of a downtrend, the market bounce back to the upside. So that's an indication that the market is just doesn't want to go any lower from here onwards. The rest we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. So thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.